We f***ed up that food. I'm so sorry. This is our D-Day, boys! John, you son of a bitch.
There he is. Look at him. Oh, my God. Let me get one of these.
Give me a hug. I'm so sorry. That's what. I'll leave. I'll f*** off. That was my bad. I'm sorry. Give me that entrance again.
I'm a great actor. Watch this. Watch this. Where's Josh, man? He's so... There he is! Oh, my God.
That felt natural. That one felt good.
There's your throne, man.
Thanks, man.
I got a throne since I last saw you, dude.
So much has changed since we last seen each other.
I mean, oh my God, dude. We got to catch up. For those of you that don't know, there he is. Look at that handsome fella.
Did you change your skincare routine since then?
Here's the thing. I got a little work done.
Okay.
See that wrinkle in my forehead?
Yeah.
I got, there's Botox, right? I did Thai Botox. It's a fitness program by the guy who did Thai Bo.
Billy Blanks?
Billy Blanks. I had him inject the Botox. So I did Thai Botox. And that's how I look this way, man.
I got to ask, how much did that cost?
Way too much, Josh. Honestly, dude, that's why we switched to doing a podcast, because we're like, we got to get some sponsors. We got to make this happen, dude. So we're still in debt, man. Yeah. We're still in debt. But you haven't changed a bit. Look at it. You're the only one, because Bobby Lee looks 80 in this photo. He looks really old. Now, all these guys have aged. Look at you. How do you do it, man?
Well, I can't afford Billy Blank's Thai Botox yet.
I'll give you his number.
But that'd be wonderful. What I actually did, though, is I got Jillian Michaels. She was from The Biggest Loser.
Yes.
So she's just been injecting fat from my ass into my face.
And it looks great, dude.
Almost. Oh, thank you so much.
It looks really good. You got a shine, and you're looking really good. Because I was going to say, it can't be from what you're eating, because every time I see you're interviewing, you're eating so much food, which, by the way, I mean, last time I talked to you, that didn't even exist. Last meals was not a thing. At that point, because I think this was, 2018, maybe, when you did the show?
I think it was, what do you mean 2018? No, it wasn't 2018. It was like 2021, man. This was post-pandemic for sure. You were drinking then, though, so the memory loss might have been, you reeked of alcohol back then.
That could have been it. That could have been it.
I think Jerry was wearing a mask when he came in.
That's right. That's right, yeah. I think he was patient A, Jerry. I think he started. He's one that F that monkey.
Yeah. So do me a quick favor. Would you mind adjusting your mic a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Should I pull this closer?
You can turn it towards your mouth. Yeah,
got me.
See, I bet he doesn't have to deal with this, right? You guys use lavs on your show?
We do use lavs. The crane mics freak me out. I'm not good with them.
I mean, that's just part. You're used to having a lot of people who know what they're doing, instead of one person who has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, I am kind of concerned that my car's going to get towed, because I asked him if I could park where I did, and he just kind of shrugged, and I said, this doesn't make me feel comfortable.
No, and I can tell you it will not get towed by a tow truck.
Sure.
But 5 people high off their gourd, they're going to take it somewhere.
I saw
but
them
they're going to do it over their shoulders. So
it's kind of like Hills Have Eyes out here. In a sense.
Yes. Probably a little different than what you're used to. But last meals had not yet begun last time I talked to you, dude. And everyone was already a big Josh fan. But then all of a sudden, you did something I would think was impossible, which is because at the time, Hot Ones is really blowing up. It's like really finding its footing. And everyone's like, certainly there won't be another show where there's like someone being interviewed about food. Because I tried. I was tossing out all kinds of ideas, you know what I mean? I had the rat trick, which was like I'd interviewed 3 guests, kind of like a hat trick, feed the rats, see if they got sick.
Now, I was kind of offended that you didn't ask me to come in and cook the rats, because I had ideas.
See, but that's the thing. I was contacted by one of your producers and said, Josh is interested in having you at Last Meals.
Yeah.
I sent them the email of my meal, and then I got an eviction notice, which I thought was crazy.
Oh, you were the all rats guy.
Yeah. I just put in caps. It was just like to say. It was like, I think it's going to be so easy. All rats.
And I would have thought it was easy too. We had a lot of concerns from a lot of the people on our team.
Yeah, they said like something about legalities and all this other stuff.
Yeah, the term bubonic plague was thrown around. And I was like, the plague rats are the ones that taste good.
Yes.
It's like grass-fed beef. It's bubonic plague-fed rats.
Dude, absolutely. And the crazy thing about your show is when I heard about your show, I misinterpreted it. Because I started watching it, and they were like, this is my last meal. And I'm like, these people are eating way too much before an interview. I thought it meant this was their most previous meal. And I'm like, these guys, humans are crazy. You know, and I'm thinking, why are they bragging about that? They're like, here's what I just had. Pancakes from this place. I went over to this place. I'm like, you're doing too much. And then I realized it means, what would you want to eat before it's all over?
Yeah, it's crazy that we got people to agree to come on that show.
Yeah, here's the thing. Before I even heard the intro, which freaking is a banger, I was like, this is a metal show. It's dealing with death. It's like, I'm like, this is perfect, man. Like, I knew you're a metal guy, and I was like, this kind of makes sense. And then I watch an episode right off the bat, theme song. Can you talk to me about that?
Yeah, so it's so funny. The original director of Last Meals, he does a bunch of other projects with Mythical Entertainment now. His name is Ben Eck. He actually started off his career directing metalcore music videos in Pennsylvania. I think his biggest one, I'm going to not remember the song, but it's by Amir. It's like, there's an Amir song. It's like When Casper Met Telly. It's a very long title.
Okay.
But the original director of Last Meals directed that music video. He's friends with like the Under Oath guys.
No way.
He and I bonded so much over our shared love of metal and metalcore and deathcore, hardcore, all that kind of stuff. And so, you know, we'd piss people off playing bands like yours on set in the early days during lunch. And so, when we came up with the show idea, we're like, its DNA is metal. We got to have like a tasty little metal riff to start off. And we've gotten to have a couple awesome metal musicians on there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, here's the thing. We'll get there. But like, you've gotten to interview a lot of my bucket list guests, man.
I'll put you in contact. Who are they?
I mean, Post. I've been trying to get Post Malone ever since he blew us up on the Joe Rogan podcast, which I didn't even know.
Oh, that's right.
Who we were. But we've also had some a couple of shared guests. We've had Brendan Mulligan.
He's wonderful.
Fellow Italian, what's his name? Gianmarco Sorese.
Gianmarco Sorese.
Can I
tell you something about Brendan Lee Mulligan's episode? He, had the heaviest last meal of all time, and that was big for him. Brendan Lee Mulligan loves heavy foods in paper bags. But then
wait,
also...
What do you mean like heavy? Not like, dude, it was freaking... But...
weighty, dense foods.
I didn't know that's how humans measured food before.
Not only that, we weighed all of his food at the end. It was something like 18 pounds of food, and it was more than any other guest. But also, we were in the booth together for 3 hours and 47 minutes.
So this is what I was going to ask you. We'll be jumping around because I got so many questions. Because it's rare I get to sit across from somebody who I feel like fully understands what I go through. I mean, like as a host, like a guest, I'm having guests in the throne. Like, no, I'm not giving them their last meals, but sometimes when they leave the studio, it could be their last interview based on how they play their cards right getting to their car.
It is true. Yeah, it's like Frogger out there. You got to dash.
Yeah, so it is kind of like this could be their last interview.
I don't know if people think we're kidding. I don't know if people know where the studio is.
What's funny is we did a long time ago, me and Johannes did a tour of the studio. We led people outside, and the majority of comments were like, thought this was a bit.
Yeah.
Are you guys okay? Yeah. Like most people are just like, dude, it's worse than you joke about.
Yeah.
Are you guys okay? And the answer is no.
I drove. No, absolutely not.
No.
I drove, and I love LA. I love this city. I've spent a lot of time in. I think technically they might call this the Arts District, which is hilarious.
This is the art hit the deco district. Yeah.
Was that off the dome? That was incredible.
Hey,
but no, I really do. Yeah. I really do empathize with what you go through because you have a bunch of people coming in and you have like an hour to create some sort of connection, to find some sort of shared.
Yes.
I don't want to say humanity with all due offense to your people, but
that's what I've been searching for.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find more humanity, but I keep looking for it in all the wrong places, which is humans.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Have you had any non-human guests?
We've had a couple. We had my purple friend Randy Feltface.
Randy Felt, that's right. Yeah.
We've had Bobby Lee. I mean, I don't know where that lies. You know, that could be anything.
Yeah. He's,
we've had a lot of people who I would say are pushing the boundaries of what a human being is.
Sure.
But continue, because what I was going to say is Bradley Mulligan, I noticed as someone who puts out a lot of podcasts, a lot of people ask me this question because we've had some podcast episodes that are 50 minutes, some that are an hour and a half. And a lot of people are like, well, what dictates that? And so the host in me, went through all your episodes to find the longest runtime.
Yeah.
And by far, it was BLM.
Yeah.
Bradley Mulligan.
Bureau of Land Management. It's him.
Yes.
It's him.
So, and so you recorded actually for three plus hours, you said.
3 hours and 47 minutes. My ass was brutal. We had to put in cushions on the booth because, frankly, listen, you have a comfortable ass throne in here. I will say that.
Thanks, Josh.
We're on plywood, baby, and it hurt.
Yeah.
But so much of it for me is just I don't shut the fuck up. And if I'm with somebody who doesn't shut the fuck up, then we're sitting there eating and yapping. That's all I love to do in the world. And so it's great to be able to do what I would already be doing off camera.
Okay, so let's start here, because what do you tell the guests? Like walk me through from the start to the next. Because I wondered, when you said, you're just yapping. So, the food isn't dictating the conversation. It's not like you're like, hey, every 10 minutes, there's going to be a plate in front of you and we're moving on.
No, which was very deliberate because, Hot Ones was obviously such an inspiration.
Yes.
Right? And I've known Sean for over a decade. I used to write for First We Feast back in the day. And I just love what they were doing. They kind of showed the depth of what you can do in this format. And I think both you and I are frankly beneficiaries of that in a lot of ways.
Definitely.
But Hot Ones for me, it's a common beat structure, right? There's 10 wings and each wing comes with a question.
Yes.
For me, the idea of last meals, it was so personal that I didn't want to do an appetizer, an entree, a dessert. I didn't want it to be formulaic in that way because I wanted to be able to go wherever the guests wanted to go. So for instance, we would have some people whose last meals were just, we had this Spanish chef, Jose Andres, on. He runs into war zones and cooks on battlefields. He's the most important chef of the last 100 years. And he just wanted all of these creatures from the sea that we had to go meet a sea urchin diver in Malibu. And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt wanted 8 bowls of cereal.
I watched that, and I was going to say, cereal.
Cereal, man.
Which, I got to be honest, not bad.
It's a pretty damn good. He even said, he was like, hey man, I understand if this doesn't work for the show, I would be happy to submit a real request, but this is what it would be. And he wrote us an essay for each bowl of cereal. And I was like, get in here, 500 Days of Summer. Come on.
I love it, dude.
Come on.
Yeah. It is a thing I wonder with him, because he got so famous so young.
Yeah.
And they say fame just kind of stunts your growth. I wonder if he was just if he's constantly searching for the childhood that Hollywood robbed him of with each bowl of cereal.
John, I feel so mad that I didn't ask him that question. I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt, 1, I think he'd really dig the show. 2, I think he should come on, man. I'll make that connection.
I'll have BLM talk to JTT, JBL, all of them. We'll get them all together.
Can you get JTT on?
No. I'm trying to get certain members of NSYNC, but I'll just say this right now. JTT is very far down that list for me.
Wait, who's JTT to you?
Justin Timberlake?
Justin Thomas Timberlake. Everyone knows that's his middle name.
Thomas' middle name.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
No, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Taylor Timberlake.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't that? Oh, you're talking about JTT.
Sorry, JTT. Yeah.
Have you had him on?
No, man. No, I don't think anyone's seen him in 10, 15 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
But if he were to sort of come out of on-screen retirement on right now, I think that'd be huge.
Right now, I think that would be really something. So, okay. So, first thing that happens, You send what to a guest? What are the parameters? Because, when I first started watching it, I thought, okay, it's very clear. They got to pick like a breakfast, lunch, and dinner and a dessert, and they can add drinks or whatever. But then when I saw episodes like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I think they could kind of do maybe whatever they want. So I'm so curious, what is the prompt or what do the guests know?
It's so funny. We've gone through probably 10 different iterations of this. It feels like every couple months we sit down and we're like, are we fucking up this email? Because people keep sending kind of weird requests.
Okay.
But we really have gone through so many different iterations. And so I think what we generally tell people is choose roughly 5 to 8 dishes, but don't be beholden to that. Also, if you have any wishes that you've always wanted to come true, like say a nacho cheese fountain. And then we took that example out because too many people were just asking for a nacho cheese fountain.
So funny.
And so we're like, okay, take that out. But the best we can do is give people examples of what we thought made good last meals episodes. So we'll say like, Terry Crews had a great last meal that focused on his childhood and all this. So we'll send that out. And then still sometimes we'll just get an answer back that says their last meal is pizza. Great. See ya on Thursday. And we go, hey, that's so cool. But like, we could have a couple more options. And then also if like what toppings, what style, whatever. And they'll say pepperoni pizza. Thanks. See you on Thursday. And then we go, hey, come on, man. And then some people just send 40 dishes and we go, oh, man.
This is, I'm really relating to this because my life is usually, we try and sometimes, depending on the guest, we'll try and send them, 4 to 5 clips on a Sunday. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hey, we usually do collab clips on Tuesday with the guests. Which one's your favorite? And they'll go, these are great. And I'll go, cool. So any of the 5, correct? Well, no, I don't like this one as much. Okay, so any of these 4 is good? Sounds good. See you next week. And you're just like, yeah, okay. So, but just like, if you could just, and then you realize, here's what we do now. Nothing.
Yeah.
We just send a collab invite on Tuesday and we hope for, because they're just like, sometimes or in times past, some people, not to be named, they'll go, I don't like any of these. Can I have 5 new clips? And you're like, well, no. Actually, that's an easy one. No.
Can I say I love when you're singing. I love when you're hosting your show. My favorite John Goblikon is when you're just dealing with mundane office bullshit.
That's all I do, man.
That's mostly it. That's what people don't realize. That's the job.
That's the job.
Right? It's not this. This is the fun part. This is the dessert.
I mean, dude, the amount of times I'm just like scheduling, doing things. It's a lot of that.
It's 95% that.
And so much is logistics, and we don't have to deal with food. We don't have to have anybody cooking because Johannes can't even pull up photos. So it's like, I know that ain't gonna happen. So I wonder for you guys, so you got a whole team of people, but I wonder if when someone's getting that, they think being general is helping you. But what it sounds like is that's not what you guys want.
100%. There have been a fair amount of people that go, oh, I just wanted to give you something easy to cook. And not only does that, I think, not make a great show, our culinary production team, we have like a team of 4 full-time, I just call them kitchen dogs.
Yeah.
Because like some of them came from 2 Michelin-starred restaurants.
Yeah.
One of them
they're the real deal.
They're the real deal. And like, we've been trusted to cook for some of the best chefs in the world, some of the most famous people in the world. And like, they want to cook really dope shit. Like, for instance, Mike Shinoda from Lincoln Park, he sent us his mom's secret karaage, Japanese fried chicken recipe. And he was like, I don't want any other eyes to see this recipe. He's like, my mom is genuinely so secretive about this. We only let one producer see the recipe, and then she made it and didn't tell a soul what it was. That's the stuff we like live for. So when somebody says, oh, something easy like pizza, we're like, give us a pitch we can hit, man. We love this.
You should have just told him in the end it doesn't even matter.
So
that's good.
All right, cut that.
Yeah.
Start rolling now. He just said, in the end, it doesn't even matter.
That's a song of theirs. That's so good, man.
I don't know what that means, though. But anyways, just hearing you get a laugh, babe, it's crawling in my skin.
Ooh, John, okay. You son of a bitch.
All right. So I think with your show, because like food hits so many senses,
yeah,
it immediately is like unlocking core memories for these. I mean, they're tasting something. You're saying he's tasting something only with his mother.
Yeah,
His mother knows how to cook, and you're recreating it, and you're able to like ask him questions as his mind is probably like thinking like, you know, young him, where he's like, what if I combined rap and rock? You know, it's like at early stages, you know.
What if I just did what Limp Bizkit do? Oh,
yeah. Well, you know what I mean? But like, so is that something you, Josh, knew and you were hoping to do that? Or is that something you discovered on the back end of doing the show?
It was certainly something that I hoped would happen. That was kind of built into the idea, but there's a big difference between hoping something will happen and then it actually coming to fruition, right? Like, I don't know, did you have big hopes and dreams for this? Did you ever think this would evolve to what it is today?
No.
Right?
Next question.
But
no.
but yeah, I mean, you obviously, you hoped that it would in the back of your mind.
Sure.
But the idea of, did you know? Not really. But there was one moment specifically where I remember seeing the specificity of the food invoking this memory, and it was with comedian Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy.
Love Fluffy.
Wonderful.
What a sweetheart.
What a sweetheart. And he asked for like a fried Spam grilled cheese on wheat bread, which you see that level of specificity and you know there's some weird story connected to this.
Sure.
And he was like a Boost Mobile salesperson. And I bet he was making a killing when he was like 18, 19 years old, trying to make money for his family. And frankly, he said he was making pretty good money, but he had this dream to become a comedian. And his mom told him like, hey, I fully support you leaving this stable job to chase your dreams because life is about that happiness. And she used to make him this fried Spam grilled cheese on wheat bread, trying to be healthy, you know, when he would come home from high school. And I remember watching him eat this like hot, fresh, crispy grilled cheese and just seeing this like level of nostalgia come over his eyes. And it was this light bulb moment for me where we take a lot of painstaking efforts to make sure the food is like hot and fresh and up to their standards. And we ask for all of these details because we want to create those moments. And it was like very, very beautiful for me.
I'm just picturing him just like biting into this thing and just chewing it and just being like, Josh, are you on a family plan? Because for $6.99 a month, and you're like, oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. It's just like, he's like, oh, what just happened? Oh, wait a minute.
And I would have bought it. Do you have
unlimited data? Oh, shit. Oh, damn, the sandwich just did it to me, man.
Pretty much, man.
Yeah. Today's episode is sponsored by Hammers. You got a...
No, what are you talking about?
What do you mean? You said to hammer.
No. I said you got to hammer home the point that people need to subscribe to the channel.
Oh, that's right. Did you know a large percentage of you watching and enjoying this podcast right now aren't even subscribed to my channel? Well, change that. Yeah. Take just like 1 second, take your little human finger, change that. Subscribe to this channel. This way, you'll be the first to get notified when we release a new podcast with a hilarious guest. For my band, John Goblikon, all of our music videos and clips of us performing live. And the best part is, you're getting all of this for the price of nothing. It's fucking free, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And while you're at it, don't forget to hype this episode right now. You know what I did with that promo? Nailed it!
Yeah. Good job.
Nailed that one.
Can I have the hammer back? I don't know why you have that.
Yeah, here, catch. So you email the guests, and what does the email actually say? Or are you not allowed to disclose that?
There's a lot of layers of teams that go through this, which I'm like really happy that I don't have to deal with all that level of stuff. So sometimes we're literally going through the publicist for a film studio and then their personal publicist, and we're going through our talent bookers.
Yeah.
So like the actual email that we send out just says like, hey, thank you so much for coming on the show. Here's a guide to choosing your last meal. Here are links, here, whatever. But I always imagine a publicist who's like really rushed and harried is going up to like Hugh Jackman in a makeup chair. He's going, Hugh, we got to get your last meal in 30 seconds. He goes like, I don't know, meat pie.
Yeah.
You know, how's it going, mate? You know, he says something like that, something very Hugh Jackman-y.
Yeah.
You know, and so I never know what's actually reaching the guest, but part of our job is to sort of make it just seem very natural. You know, frankly, if I'm being honest, don't think I've ever said this publicly. There's been a handful of guests, they for sure had no idea it was on their last meal.
Clip it.
Someone like legit, someone just chose it for him, and I didn't ask what, but they seemed real surprised when a pizza hit that table.
I would assume that because Josh, when we, and honestly, we get more guests word of mouth than just kind of, you know, when a Goblin drops in someone's DMs, they usually answer.
Sure.
But when we go through a PR agency, I can tell you the amount of people that have sat in this throne not knowing what was about to happen.
Can you name names?
I mean,
we can bleep names.
Just go look at the lowest view count. No. What I think is interesting is sometimes people sit in here and you can tell there's a moment where they go, "Well, I'm firing that lady." You know, like, they did not know this was going to be on their path. I think for me, that's half the fun. And then I go, okay, now the work begins. Like, can I win you over? Can I make you a goblin? And we end up being best friends. But the amount of people that do that. So I know in your case, there are certain people. Has anyone ever disliked something?
Yes.
Really? Can you name names?
Yeah. Uncle Roger, if you know Nigel Ung, the comedian.
I love that. I'm gonna have him on the pod.
Oh hell yeah! Oh, he'd love this, and he's wonderful. He's a very discerning cook, man, and we had to make a lot.
That's right.
We also had to make a lot of Malaysian food, and because he's from Malaysia, and frankly, like there's not a ton of Malaysian food in LA. We were all somewhat familiar with it, but he was name dropping dishes like bubur cha-cha, which is a delightful thing.
And you're like, Chef Bryson, have you ever been to it? He's like, bro,
I don't. His name's Colby.
Yeah, Colby. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I wasn't far off. And my guess is he's not too familiar with the cuisine.
No, man. So Colby's out there fighting for his life, trying to make kaya toast, not knowing the ratios of coconut pandan jam to dark soy. And so
that's tough.
My official apology to Nigel Ung, Uncle Roger. We fucked up that food. I'm so sorry.
Did he tell you afterwards or during it? Was he like, did he go, next question, and put the bowl away?
He was nicer about it. We also got a bunch of comments from Southeast Asian fans who were just like, yeah, you guys have never eaten that, huh? We tried our best.
Okay, so on the flip side of that, I was going to ask, what is the dish you are proudest of that you feel like you can weigh in whatever you want, the difficulty of it or whatever, but the guest was like, that's grandma's or whatever.
Yeah. Gordon Ramsay, we made him a perfect beef Wellington. Specifically our guy Trevor.
I love Gordon Ramsay. I'm also terrified of Gordon Ramsay. And I know from watching Gordon Ramsay, he always says, he's yelling it, that the beef Wellington is the hardest thing to get right.
Yeah, it sure is.
If I got that email, I probably would have erased it and be like, I don't know what happened. We missed one. You only give us 4.
Yeah, we got your In-N-Out burger and the chicken wings, but we didn't get the...
I don't know, man.
Beef Wellington, are you even known for beef Wellington? Have you had that before?
I'll check. Oh, it's not any... I can't find it anywhere. Because I think that would be very nerve-wracking. What was the vibes like in the kitchen making that?
Dude, I remember walking around the kitchen with a giant whisk like I was General Patton just going, this is our D-Day, boys! Yes! And it really was, because that was, Gordon Ramsay, one, it's our highest viewed episode, the 21 million views, which is crazy. But then 2, this is a dude that doesn't take shit. So if it's a bad dish, he's going to tell you it's a bad dish.
Doesn't take shit in this arena. It's like, you brought you brought the general to the battleground he's used to fighting on. It's literally, it's insane.
It was nuts. And then our boy Trevor, who is a classically trained pastry chef.
Okay.
And frankly, the toughest thing to get right is the actual pastry.
The outside.
So we're like, Doug, you got the pastry, and he made it beautifully. And timing it is really tough. The other thing, if you make a mac and cheese, you can taste the mac and cheese and then kind of patch it over and serve it, whatever. You can't cut open a beef Wellington, so you have no idea what the inside looks like until it hits the table. So this just beautiful pastry log hits the table, and I'm like shaking cutting into it, and then I cut into it and see that it's a perfect medium rare, and it's layered, and it's beautiful. And Gordon Ramsay, I don't know if people know this, like he's the one that put beef Wellington back on the map. It was viewed as this like super stodgy, old school kind of Frankified English dish, and he made it like cool and lighter and sexy again. So like he is beef Wellington, even off camera, like in terms of culture, he brought that back.
Yeah, and much like beef Wellington, he don't let anyone cut to the inside of him. But I felt like you did. I felt like you physically and metaphorically beef Wellington Gordon Ramsay.
Wellington his ass. Take that. He's a fascinating guy, man.
He really is.
Because I was very interested to get at the actual truth of why he yells at people so much. Because a lot of people write it off as this is him having a camera persona that Fox loved 25 years ago of him screaming at people.
Yes.
And now they're exploiting that. But I've always seen like a deep truth in that. And I got to the reason why in that episode.
Yeah. What was the reason? Because I need Johannes to hear this because he's always like, you're yelling at me. And I'm trying to tell him something and I can never think of what it is because inside I'm just feeling rage. But I'll tell him this thing.
This might be able to open up something between you two. So Gordon Ramsay grew up in a really, really rough environment. His father had substance abuse issues and they were really poor. They lived in government housing. Gordon Ramsay,
outside the Right Now podcast studio.
Yes. The second studio up in Scotland, but similar vibes.
Yes.
But Gordon Ramsay had early mentors in his life. He played soccer at a very high level. So he had these really gruff coaches that some would view as abusive, but he viewed that as tough love that he needed. And then he gets into the world of, the culinary arts. And then that is a tremendously abusive world, but he has these strong mentors like Marco Pierre White who are yelling at him, telling him that they want him to be better. The reason he's nice to kids is because they don't know any better. They're kids. But he's like, when you have a consenting adult who has made a business decision, whether it's in Kitchen Nightmares for the restaurants or going on MasterChef, he goes, I owe it to them to give them the same respect that people gave me in my career that made me who I am. And it's very genuine from him. And I don't know if I agree with it entirely, but like, my God, if that man does not believe what he does.
I see. So clip that, take it home, put it on your dumb little old school wired headphones. And next time you're like, Joe, why are you being so, just play that. That's why, dude.
He's not humiliating you. He's elevating you.
Because you played soccer at a high level with coaches yelling at you? I don't see that ever happening.
I love sports.
Name a sport. Name any sport.
Seeing.
Yeah.
You said seeing?
Seeing.
See.
I'm sure that's in the Olympics. Seeing?
Yeah, it's kind of...
See, it's SEA.
Seeing. Yeah, they're on the water.
Yeah, they're on the water. They're going,
okay.
They're seeing. They're like, yep, looks like waves. And everyone's like, gold medal. I think so.
Way to go, Tuvalu, for 7 gold.
Yeah. So I'm sure you've been asked this all the time, and you've actually stated many times what your last meal would be.
Yeah.
But taking a step back, what do you think you've learned about the correlation of someone to what they choose as a last meal?
Ooh, there's almost a little bit of a cognitive dissonance between what they want to be perceived as and what they actually are in a way. So there's some people, for instance, God, who was it recently? It was Alton Brown. It was Alton Brown, actually, who's one of my heroes, Food Network. He hosted Good Eats, taught me so much about food. He said that he was worried about having too many sort of like blue collar dishes because he thought that people wouldn't think he was fancy enough. And that came from this fact that he never felt like he fit in with this culinary elite. So he was the host of Iron Chef, which really brought on some of the best chefs in the world back in the 2000s. And he always felt like he was the odd man out because he grew up blue collar in Georgia, didn't work in fancy restaurants. And so there's this idea of like, people don't really change in a way. Like these wounds that you had when you're 12 years old, worried about not fitting in because the school lunch that you brought was different. Those things come through in people's last meals in a certain way. And I think maybe this is just me. Maybe there's a pill I can take to stop this, but I see a tremendous amount of sadness in a lot of guests that we have on. It's very fun for me and we have great times and we laugh, but there are these moments that I have where I look into someone's eyes and I'm like, man, you have everything in the world, and it's specifically everything in the world that I've been chasing, and there's still a deep melancholy within you.
Yeah.
You know?
You should clip that and you should watch that when you're home.
You're a beef, not Wellington. Well, Wellington. You're like a.
Have you guys ever thought about, there's like couples counselors, but for professional relationships, where you guys could actually, or if you need a place to submit like an anonymous complaint, there's a great software that does that. Yeah, I'll send you the info actually. This is, awesome. It's, I've actually found out they have like an ombudsman that you can like run scenarios.
Ombudsman, that's a Swedish word, but
just,
Sweden.
Just make sure to CC me on that email.
Yeah.
A ceaseless gnawing dread, a dark blossom of despair that devours my soul hour by hour.
What are you doing?
Dude, I'm rehearsing for my One Gob show, backed by popular demand. That's right. I workshopped it in the tiny room next to the Legion. I took it to Moon Tower for a standing ovation, and it's coming back to LA for one night only. This time, it's going to be at the Lyric Hyperion, July 15th, 7:30. So you can, like, get to bed on time and stuff, And I know you're thinking, July 15th, isn't that? You got it. Hump Day, baby. Gob Squad, I need your help. Let's sell this thing out so I can take this thing on the road and eventually Broadway. Is that where Wade Brady is?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
We gotta get him a ticket to see my One Gob show. So Gobtourage, get those tickets by clicking the link in the description. Right now, just like, I'm kind of tired of saying it at this point.
Right, yeah, I'm tired. We're all tired of hearing it.
Just freaking come see my show, man.
Do you ever have a beef with any other food show? Pun intended, by the way.
I don't think we've had beef with any other food show.
Yeah, because here's what I was going to ask. I know you said I didn't know that you and Sean went so far back and you used to write for him, whatever. And I know you said that is an inspiration and stuff like that. Does he feel the heat from Last Meals? Because Last Meals, I mean, you talk about Gordon Ramsay, 21 million views, really blow it up. You have a lot of the shared gas and stuff like that. And I kind of looked at the comparison. Sometimes they do a little better on your show. I'm not trying to start, chicken wings between you two. But one thing I noticed about Sean that I haven't seen so much with you yet is Sean now he's like really kind of become, he's selling his hot sauces and he's doing, and I just find that like what happens with a lot of hosts is they start with like, the essence of what they really want to get out of a project.
Yeah.
And then it's like it slowly builds. And by episode, 82, 83, they start just getting into like a pandering place. And I've just found that if I am going to have a hot sauce, the hot sauce I choose is Torchbearer. Torchbearer has 3 new Goblin flavors. And I can tell you, I've personally tried each one of these. Actually, can you like open up and drink some Johanna so it makes it look like I've like had them or whatever?
No.
Or just like give me the cliff notes on like how it tastes, like this one.
It's spicy.
This one is yellow. And this one tastes like explosion. Oof, that's kind of rough. Yeah.
You asked if I have beef with another show. I normally don't get jealous, like comparisons to Thief of Joy. Something about the fact that you have a hot sauce before I do. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, there is something about that doesn't sit right with me. And I need to do the work inside myself to figure out why that is. Yeah, but that sucks, man.
Yeah, well,
I want to sell out. I'm over here begging to sell out.
Yeah, same, dude.
I want to get a house near the studio here.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's the thing, man. Where are you going?
We gotta be better at this.
Oh.
Just so you can see it.
Oh no, that's nice. Yeah. Actually, can I say something?
Yeah, they're for you, actually.
Oh, nice, thank you.
Yeah.
Delicious. You put fresh dill, a very Swedish ingredient.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's Italian.
No.
I thought he was Italian this whole time. Interesting.
Faking the accent pretty well.
Heard of the Off Menu podcast?
Yeah, yes. Off Menu podcast.
Because I was going to say, I mean, if there's going to be beef with any other, that would be that one, I think.
It could be that one. There's also actually a really fantastic podcast called Your Last Meal.
Oh.
With, I believe her name is Rachel Bell. And so she kind of asks people about their last meal, but, they don't actually, it's not even the main focus of the podcast in a lot of ways. And so, this is a purely unique show. John, you're a purely unique guy in a lot of ways, but the media landscape right now, there's new podcasts and shows that pop up every single day. There's something like 10,000 YouTube videos uploaded like every minute.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so for us, I remember when we came up with the idea of Last Meals and this actual idea of sitting down and cooking every single thing for somebody, because we have the ability to do that. We have the chefs, we have the space, we have all the production capacity for it, and I love doing it. And so when we came up with the idea, I remember like my fingers shaking trying to type it in, hoping that nobody had done that exactly as we did. And then, I knew, I listened to Off Menu, Ed Gamble and James Acaster. They're fantastic. But I was like, nobody's doing it exactly how we are. And if they have beef with me, that'd be awesome, man. I'd really love to drum up some sort of
I think
resonance.
that's how we get traction. We just...
I'm trying to be the bad
fuck
boy.
those guys.
I felt the same thing, dude. When we first started our podcast, I was like terrified to text the Green Goblin because I was like, he's gonna do like a Marvel watch along fucking pod before me. He's gonna ruin the whole thing.
Oh, he's got Disney lawyers now too. After all the mergers, that sucks.
Yes, but luckily he's kind of got off the deep end, so I didn't have to worry about that. But
wait, no. Let's go. What's going on with the Green Goblin now?
Oh, dude,
Maha?
He is
carnivore diet?
No. The way he treats pumpkins is really weird. It's gotten weirder and weirder, and now all he does is fly around on his hoverboard, talk about the movies he's been in. He's like, I did it with 3 different Spider-Mans. It's like, dude, he won't shut the hell up, dude. I'd love to give him his last meal. You know what I mean?
I'll see if we can reach out,
So, Josh, before we put a close on the last meals talk, what I thought was interesting was you've had so many people on, people that are like my bucket list guests. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you've been asked a lot what your bucket list guest is still to come.
Oh, yeah.
Who's that?
I got to say Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
Yeah. Guy is Fieri. Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri.
You pronounce it for me, Italian.
Fieri.
Yeah, there you go.
No, you almost got it. Guy Fieri. And I know it's pronounced Guy Fieri because I was once like hammered drunk, crashed his kid's 18th birthday party up in Santa Rosa. And I said, guys, I think there's Guy Fieri in there. And then a woman passing by me went, Guy what? And I said, Fieri. And she said, that's right. And it was his wife. So it is very much pronounced Fieri. And it's an homage to his Italian grandfather who had to change his name at Ellis Island. It's the whole thing. But Guy Fieri would be really cool. I have a lot of history with him. And I think he'd be a wonderful guest.
And I mean, what do we think his last meal? He just types back, take me to Flavortown.
Just say, eating in a hot tub in Flavortown, baby. Yeah, it's probably that.
Dude, I'm all for it, man. Who of all the guests you've had on surprised you the most? Because one of my favorite things about getting to interview people is sometimes I'll be driving and I'll be like, oh God, who's Andrew Santino? You know what I mean? And I'm driving and I'm dreading getting to work, right?
Yeah.
And then I sit across from him and he proves my point. But other people, they're like, I maybe not as familiar with their work, or maybe like they're in a scene I'm not as familiar with, and they come on and I leave and I went, well, they're not my favorite person.
Dude, 100%.
Do you have a couple of those?
A couple for sure. Somebody named Ella Purnell, who is just
Fallout.
Electric. Ella Purnell, so she's a star of Fallout, but I knew her from like Sweet Bitter and from Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, what an actress, huh?
Unbelievable. But there's a certain type of person that they just walk on set and immediately are commanding the attention of every single person in the room. It's like this light that emanates out of them, and I'm just like, you deserve this level of fame. And they were so nice to everybody. They greeted everybody.
Oh, I love hearing that.
But just absolutely electric. Could just make somebody feel like they're the most important person. Julia Garner, I felt the same way about. She was absolutely wonderful. I will say though, I mean, the first massive guest that we had, was Tom Hanks, and insane because none of us, we didn't believe that he was going to show up. We thought it was going to be a Tom Hanks impersonator. We thought we were getting punked. You know, we thought Ashton Kutcher would actually get in the chair, and we'd be like, "Why'd you sign that letter, man?" But you know what I mean?
What's funny when you were saying that about like a celebrity, it's the first person that popped in my head is Tom Hanks, because
I was going to say Adam Pally.
yeah, right, pal. Yeah, right, pal. But what I was going to say is, we have a mutual friend who works in the junket film world, right? And they were saying they once did a junket with Tom Hanks on Zoom during the pandemic, where they were each supposed to get a one-on-one interview, and it was running long, so they just stuck 35 people in a Zoom with Tom Hanks and muted them all, right? Now, Tom Hanks could have went in and be like, yeah, all right, give me the, yeah, all right, who am I talking to? Who cares? And just started the interview thing. They said he went one by one and named each person in the Zoom. So he went like, hello, Jennifer. Hello, Brandon. Hello, Gary. Hello, and went one by one. And he said immediately the entire room was like, whatever you want, Tom Hanks. Like that's the pro of all pro moves.
Yeah.
But it's like he walked in and he immediately were like, that's why he's Tom Hanks. It's like, why is he the most beloved dude? Why is he a movie star? It's like, it's kind of the details off camera as well.
100%. And especially when your career has spanned such a long time, the detail that really struck me with Tom, everything like that, yeah, shook the hands of every single person, introduced himself to every single camera operator, to every person, you know, operating a boom, showed up 15 minutes early to his call time, was talking to our camera operator, Hitch, about where her parents are from.
Unbelievable.
But after we wrapped, he just stayed and chatted for 20 minutes talking about food history, because he's such a fun dad history nerd kind of guy.
Yeah.
He produced all the stuff about World War II. And then he sent me a copy of his favorite book about food history, and I sent him a copy of mine. We like had this little mail order book club. But the thing about Tom that really stuck with me was that the height of human existence, it's not starring in blockbuster films. It's not even making hundreds of millions of dollars. I think once you get past 10 million, like that's about as happy as you could be. You know what I mean?
You need to tell that to Elon Musk. Jeff Bezos.
I would love to. Like, honestly, though.
Like, I don't compute.
But like the height of human existence is being a normal dude connecting over good food with people that have shared interests. And that has always stuck with me. You know, when I'm thinking like, do I sell out and create like a line of hot sauces where I don't even know what's in it, you know, to make, I'm assuming you're making millions off of that.
Well, I'll tell you what's in it.
Citric acid. But
what
fiery
is carrageenan?
Yeah.
Can I tell you something about carrageenan real quick?
Gasoline. Yes.
Carrageenan was used as anal lubricant in ancient Japan.
Clip that.
Clip that. Clip that.
And now you can have it in your brand new sauce.
Don't use that for...
So I love that about Tom Hanks. And what I think was crazy about what you're saying to me off camera is that he made his brother come in and eat all the food.
Yeah.
And the other takes.
Yeah, his brother Mott.
Yeah.
They have Tom Hanks and Mott Hanks.
Yeah.
It's a crazy naming structure.
I know that about Tom. I definitely know that about Tom. One thing I think you do a great job of is you always find like a little hidden treasure question.
Yeah.
People call it the Nardwar or whatever. Sean Evans loves to dig up some old kind of dirt.
Yeah.
What do you think makes a good, like, hidden gem question?
I think you have to find something that means a lot to the person that it almost doesn't even matter if it would mean a lot to the audience, right? You find something that's like deeply, deeply personal. So if you find an old clip from an obscure podcast we actually had Sean Evans on the show, and I found out he loves sports. He specifically loves high school and college sports. He grew up in Crystal Lake, Illinois. And I was like looking up his old high school baseball career. And I found out that he made the state finals, I think his junior year, and he would have been like the winning run in the state finals on first base. And he has a teammate that just cracks a ball to the outfield. They think it's a home run. And some kid makes this miracle catch. And so I hear Sean, it's a high school sports memory. Who gives a shit, right? He's a millionaire now running like one of the most important media operations in the world.
Yeah.
And he's talking with such passion about this high school sports memory. And so I actually like found the dude. I talked to the guy who caught that ball. I talked to his dad, actually. He's the guy who caught that ball, he's a dentist now in Kansas. He pioneered a lot of sleep dentistry stuff. Good dude. But anyways, I got to surprise Sean like with that kind of fact, and that I talked to this guy, and I just saw his eyes light up.
Well, because see, I think that is so interesting, Josh, and it's funny you bring up Sean with sports, because what I find the most interesting about Josh is that you made the junior nationals for the hammer throw, when actually it was shot put that was your best mark.
John, you son of a bitch.
You know, because
I
always thought that was so interesting that everyone knows you as the hammer throw at UCLA. But honestly, shot put was by far your best mark. Was it 56, 55? Was that, I believe that was the final mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was, and then being such a big track field guy, I wondered what you thought of Botswana failing to break. They only got second, and I really thought that they would do it. Did you in the relay? Did you think that they would become the fastest?
I did, and can I tell you one? The hammer throw junior nationals. That is exactly. Thank you for doing the research, but that's exactly the shit I'm talking about. That was the most important thing in my life at the time to make the under 20. National trials. I had to remember. I had to throw like 52 meters.
I remember.
You were there.
Yesterday.
I saw you out in the field. You were staring with binoculars.
Yes.
But yeah, do you know what place I got in the junior nationals?
Second.
Dead last.
Straight
up dead last.
Wait, what happened?
I think you get up there. Sometimes the moment's too big for you.
If you got first, maybe you wouldn't be on the #1 comedy podcast in the world.
That's true.
You don't fact check that last part.
That's true. So, Alec Faldermeyer, who got first, he's not here.
He ain't hosting Last Meals. No. He ain't a YouTube star, And I also want to talk about this because the overall.
Wait, can you go back to Botswana real quick?
Yeah. Talk to me. Talk to me about Botswana, dude.
So I think, but listen, they didn't break the world record. They got second. They got second. They still had the best finish of all time. But that was before the rise of Cullen Kebanachepi.
Okay.
Cullen Kebanachepi right now, he is the fastest combined 100 meter and 400 meter time, I think, of all time, or at least top 3. So, and he's super, super young. So you already have Letsile Tobogo on the anchor. You have Biapo Ndori. But now with the rise of a young Cullen Kebanachepi, if they can all peak at the same time, I really think, man, LA 2028, I think they're going 253.
Well, you heard it right now here with Josh, baby.
Clip that to 1,300 views. All from Botswana, baby.
Well, make it like 2 people who might know what we're talking about. But I love that. You love that. And I now know way too much about it, sir. Yeah. So thank you to you.
What are you doing now?
Dude, I'm working on my summer bod, Johannes. Whether you're having a white boy summer, a hot gob summer, or a really, really hot summer due to climate change, I want you to look your best. Luckily for you, we're releasing limited edition Right Now podcast summer merch. Look at this beauty. Show the guns in that. Or how about that? Woo-wee. That is hot. And for you delicious... I know there's a bunch of goblins in training. Well, guess what? Check this out. So deck out the whole family, support this podcast, and get your summer merch right now. You said something very interesting. I was watching the documentary of the making. Mm-hmm. It's been 100 meals. You've made 100 meals, which is certainly an amazing accomplishment. And you said about making last meals, I quote, "I think that's what everyone should strive for. Being your truest version of oneself."
Yeah.
And I really related to that. And then you said, "It's really gratifying that I don't have to show up with a different mask on." And I could not agree more, Josh.
Yeah.
What has doing last meals taught you about life and death?
I think it's right there in that quote. It's and God, John, I want that for you, man. Yeah. I want you to have the place where you could show up and be the truest version of yourself.
And that's all I want, man.
I don't want you to have to
wear
get
a mask. I just want to have to, and that's how I feel. I get to just be me.
Yeah, and I don't want you to have to get Botox.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I think
Thai
Botox. Sorry. Yeah. Billy Blank's Thai Botox.
Yeah.
But no, for me, life is a lot simpler than everybody makes it. It's find something that you can wake up and you can strive for every single day. You know, something that is very true to what you want to be doing. And I know it's a lot more complicated than that, right? There's bills to be paid. There's relationships to maintain, all this stuff. But I think once you get that core nugget of just having something to strive for every single day, a reason to get out of bed, man, I think that's really the secret to life.
I love that. I'm still searching, but, we'll see. TBD. Josh, I love all that this show has done for you. But my favorite thing it's done for you is it pushed you into your very first improv show.
Yes, it did. That was crazy.
Improv, dude. Talk to me about it, because my bucket list guest is Wayne Brady.
Oh, my God.
So I've been trying to brush up on my improv, but it is very scary. I wonder for you, just a big hunky dude who's just been doing sports his whole life and gets into cooking food, all of a sudden gets thrust on stage in not just any improv show, with some of the top improvisers we have today. I've been talking Lisa Gilroy.
Yeah.
I mean, just an amazing cast. What was that like, dude?
It was so frightening, but I felt so safe. So it was Vic Michaelis who,
Yes.
in their last meal, they really bullied me into doing improv. But I was, of course, very willing to be bullied in that scenario. But my reaction to any scenario is to read about it and learn as much as possible. So I read Truth in Comedy, the 1990s Del Close book.
Oh, yes.
That described improv as I believe it is jumping out of a plane and figuring out how to land on your feet. So this idea of you just have to roll into a scenario and accept everything as truth. I accept the fact that you lost your late night career and you are now a podcast host.
Yeah.
And this is a big move for you. You know what I mean? I accept that as truth.
Yes.
And so going on stage, I was so scared, but I felt so safe in Lisa, Angela, Oscar, Demi, these really incredible people. I'll never forget, there was one bit, and we didn't record anything. We just wanted it one night in a theater. There was one bit where I was so scared. I was kind of on the back line, didn't know when to jump in. And then Angela just goes, "Oh man, our weird cousin's about to show up." And Lisa goes, "The one that's always slips in piss?" And then I realized, oh great, I don't have to think of a character. I'm weird cousin that slips in piss. And then I did. I slipped in piss.
Yes. I mean, I got a huge laugh. And how did that feel? Are you hooked? Will there be more Josh improv was that the last improv, or will there be more meals?
I think there will be more improv.
Yeah,
John, get this.
I'm talking about.
I'm hungry for more, man.
I'm
hungry for more.
Yes.
I loved it. I really felt something up there.
Yes.
And there it is. God damn it.
All right. Round of applause for Josh, everybody. I'm going to now get you out of here the same way I get everybody out of here, Josh. We didn't even talk about 4th of July. That's how much we were cooking right here.
I mean, you're wearing that tie for no reason.
Well, yeah, and I know he does. I was like, oh, we're going to debate a hot dog being a sandwich because of your podcast. But before I get you out of here, actually, I do need to know this, okay? The world needs to know Josh's thoughts on this. This weekend is 4th of July. Everyone's going to be grilling, doing their thing. Oh, you know what? I'll set it up. Here we go. Ready? Wait for a guy who just stole Josh's car. Okay.
It sounds like a Nissan.
Here we go. On 4th of July, everybody has two things in common. We're all going to eat, and we're all going to wake up hungover with hot dog burps. This is the 4th of July question. Josh, you've probably tasted hot dogs far and wide. Mm-hmm. What is the best hot dog? Where's it from? What goes on it, in your opinion?
In my opinion, the best hot dog is a classic Los Angeles street dog. And I had the best one outside of a venue called the Echoplex, where I see a lot of great heavy bands play there. But there was someone, they were serving it in like a larger bolillo, and that's like a Mexican roll, and the hot dog is wrapped in bacon, and it's fried, and there's onions and peppers, and there's mayonnaise and avocado and jalapenos. And I want to be drunk. I want to be covered in other people's mosh pit sweat.
Yes.
I remember that night I saw a 19-year-old kid who goes, lift me up. And I said, we don't have the crowd density to surf. And then I saw that kid face plant and have to get taken away in an ambulance. So I kind of want to have that on my conscience while I'm eating a hot dog.
Yes.
And to me, that's the best hot dog.
Bacon wrapped?
Bacon wrapped, yes, sir.
Bacon wrapped, LA street dog, all the fixins. 3 hours later, it's coming back out.
Yes,
I love it, dude. All right, Josh, here's how it's going to work. I'm going to get you out of here the same way I get everybody out of here, by playing my right now rapid fire questionnaire. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to ask you 5 rapid fire questions. I want you to use that improv brain and say the very first thing that comes to your mind.
Perfect.
Josh, are you ready?
Yes, chef.
Left or right?
Right.
Westmoreland.
Limp Bizkit.
Favorite genre of metal?
Doom metal.
Hell yeah, dude. I don't think anyone said freaking doom metal.
Got doom metal in here.
That's what I'm talking about. Finally. Rise up, doom metal freaks. You found your
They are
leader.
freaks.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are fucking freaks too.
Okay, now there's a snail chasing you. The snail is moving at a snail's pace. It's going to follow you for the rest of your life. You can go as fast as slow as you want, but the snail is always moving in your direction. If you touch it or it touches you, you die. But before you ask, it can swim and survive in any atmosphere. What's your plan to survive that snail?
To live my days as normal, because we all have an invisible snail chasing us at any times. We could all have Hodgkin's lymphoma and we don't know it. The snail is a metaphor. I'm sort of just going to exist.
Yeah, I mean, so really it's like there's actually not even a need to have a last meal. Actually, every meal should be treated as your last meal.
And somebody said something that actually kind of fucked me up. They said, if your life goes according to plan, you would hope that your last meal is through a tube. You know, you would really hope that your last meal, that you live long enough and get to carry your genes through and spread your morals to your grandchildren. And then you hope that by the end you're toothless and you're sitting there and you're just eating a mushed banana as people crowd around your bed. You know, that is what you really hope your last meal is. But
And that was from the Stephen Hawking episode.
Was he on the island or not?
You ever been to Trader Joe's, Josh?
Yeah, I love Trader
Thank
Joe's.
you so much, everybody. Mythical Josh on the show. Round of applause. And now is your opportunity to promote whatever you want to this camera right here.
Oh my God, we got season 5 of Last Meals out. We got a bunch of incredible guests. We got Corey Taylor from Slipknot.
Oh, now I'm jealous. Now I'm jealous.
Yeah, this is stopped right now.
Yeah. God, put the needles to my eyes. Okay. What else you got, buddy?
That's about it, man. We're out here, Mythical Kitchen channel. We got a podcast called A Hot Dog is a Sandwich. We're chilling on Mythical Chef Josh on all platforms. But yeah, man, I really can't thank you enough for having me.
Well,
I've been a big fan of your show.
Josh, I'm a big fan of your show. I have people on here a lot of the times, and I'm always like, oh, I watch a lot of your shows, and I'm very much lying.
I can tell.
But I can tell you that I barely had to look at my notes, and that's how I know, A, it was a good podcast, and B, I'm an actual fan. But underneath your chair is a little script I wrote you, because I thought, like, you're so good at promoting stuff, dude. I'm like, what if you just promoted my stuff for me? Would that be fun?
I would love this. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to read it live.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Gob Squad. I'm Josh Scherer, a.k.a. the Mythical Meathead. Flex them guns, bruh. Everybody has exactly 3 things in common. We all gotta eat, we're all gonna die, and we all need to experience John's One Gob Show live. Luckily for LA residents, they get to see it July 15th at the Lyric Hyperion. I'm gonna be there. And then he's bringing it to Indianapolis this Labor Day for Let's Fest. Let me run that one more time.
I think that was right.
This Labor Day weekend
Yes.
for Let's Fest.
There it is.
Then, after a weekend of stuffing your face, have John's band Necro Goblikon. Is it Necro Goblikon or Necro Joblikon?
Is it Necro? I wrote Necro Goblikon. Does it say Necro Joblikon?
No, but is it a soft G like GIF or a hard G like GIF?
A hard G like gob.
Okay. Then after a weekend of stuffing your face, have John's band Goblikon melt that fucking face right off as they embark on their headlining U.S. tour this fall. Tickets on sale.
You get the words now, dude. You're in control of the words.
I don't know. I like when you say it.
They're going to pop up on screen when you say it and everything.
Okay. Tickets on sale right now.
Nice.
How about that?
That felt good.
That was great.
That felt good.
All right, so now the podcast is over. I was wondering if you wanted to get some lunch.
God, that'd be so nice.
I was going to get like pancakes from IHOP, the eggs from Le Petit Copalu. Then we get like a little snack from this other place. There's there's a lobster roll we got to get from this random place in Boston. And then
John, we can do your last meal, man. We can do your last meal.
All right,
Like off
just
camera.
rats. Let's go.
Just rats.